here. We good there. We good everywhere. Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet. We are back. Oh. Chat, are you gonna... Hold up. Hold up. Chat's taking a minute here. For some reason, my chat has taken a little bit to actually load up here the last couple days. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, okay, so let's see. Let's pop this out. Chat. Haha, there we go. It caught up. All right. So, we are jumping in. Why does it sound so loud? Why does this keep changing on me? That is, wait, that should definitely be, this should probably be down, if I had to guess. Maybe it's because of the area I'm in. I notice it changes every once in a while. Anyway, we are jumping in. We are just starting Act 3. Just starting Act 3. Act 2 was a bit interesting, so hopefully we have a smoother Act 3 experience. And we got this dude here.
Spare a moment.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought he called me something else.
Not many souls pass through these lands anymore.
I can guess, it's cold up here. What happened to you, brother?
A weird night hit, and I ran out of cobweb. Nothing to worry about. I've suffered worse back in the day.
I mean, you look like you're suffering kind of good right now.
By the way, and you're clearly not from around here. What brings you to our humble homeland? Just don't tell me you're a Camelosian spy. I'll fight you if I have to, but I'd prefer to get my strength back first.
Dude, I don't think you're fighting anybody in the shape that you're in right now. I'm not from Camelot, but I am looking for King Arthur's artifacts.
We've got one of those all right. His famous crown.
That's so convenient that he just, boom, knew exactly what we're looking for.
Ancestors as a sign of gratitude. I say that's bullshit.
Oh, well, he's not too happy about it.
Used to command giants, and only Arthur could wear it. By giving it to us, he sent a message. Behave, or I'll return and send the giants to devour you.
That's right.
A warning.
Give him that warning. Let him know where it's at, Arthur.
Anyone tell you otherwise.
God, I don't know why. My mustache has been sweaty. Oh, I suppose it's warm, but like, it's been just like one little drop on my mustache that keeps getting sweaty.
You haven't asked yet.
Probably need to shave it. It's probably getting too long.
In it for you. Like not being killed by my Dalrita kin the second they see your face.
Sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
Oh, you could, but you wouldn't get far. That much I'm sure of. I need you to find Gerfan and inform him of my situation.
Weren't we already looking for Gerfan?
Task he gave me. He's also the one who can grant you safe passage through our lands.
No, I think we're looking for Gerfan.
Things might turn bloody real quick.
Either way, that name has come up before. Where can I find Gerfan?
The capital. You can't miss it. It looms over everything. Always watching, like an overbearing mother. Used to be the place where all the tribes came together. Now it's quiet. That should tell you something. Head for the sword on the horizon. You'll find your way.
You sure you don't need any help?
I'll be fine. Just make sure Gerfan knows where I am. Don't keep him waiting.
I mean, if if you say so.
No need to gossip. Though I'll admit, it was nice talking to someone outside the tribes who isn't some screaming Camelosian scum. Step closer. I won't bite. Come here.
In the
Hey,
capital.
you there. Non-Rita. Spare a moment, will you?
Dude, I literally
Come here.
I just talked to you.
Don't keep Step closer. I won't bite.
Dude, I will stab you in your face.
Hey, you there. Non-Rita.
All right. Act 3, off to a great start. Jesus. Yeah, okay. So the capital. Let's see here. I want to pull up the map. Boom. Towards the sword. Where is my... Oh, okay, there's multiple swords. Well, that was horrible directions there, buddy. Head towards the sword. I head towards one. It's like, not that sword, that sword. Like, well, you could have been more specific. Hi, dear. Alright. Ooh, is this a new enemy? No, it's just like a blue corpse eater. Okay, frick you too. Oh. Hey, what's up, ma'am? I feel like you're not dressed properly being out here. We noticed that a lot. So I think the next time I get to a stash, I'm just gonna pick up... Well, I was wondering what else I want to do for weapons, because I don't think the one-hander that I was using is really working. I think I would need to pump a bunch of levels into it to make it even close to Erendite, and at that point, like, I might as well just pump levels into Erendite because this thing's so busted. So I don't know if I actually have another weapon that could compete with this. I might just play this till the end of the game. Holy Christ, how many freaking lines of dialogue do you have? Wait, is this the chick that we already talked to? With, like, the spider?
Lately,
Let's go through them real quick, see if she's got any quests. Because this is so much talking. Yeah, and then that happens. And it's like, why did I talk to you? Maybe she gives you a tip on, like, where you can find a monster or something. God. Why? Why do you put leather in the game and then don't let me pick it up? Grr. Oh, give me the salt. I am salty. Oh, free veggies. Free veggies. God, dude, this oh man, I need so much new shit. I don't know what's going on with my AC. So, like, I put my AC has just two settings. It's got low and it's got high, right? And every time I put it on high, it just goes like full bore and just blasts super loud. And it obviously doesn't sound good to you guys, because then, you know, the noise suppression's got to kick in. It sounds gross. So I try and keep it on low, so that way obviously it doesn't sound like shit. And then every once in a while, this thing just keeps popping up into high mode while I have it into low mode, and it's like, oh, what's up, Chunky? Yeah, that was embarrassing for you. Spell power and physical damage. Nice. But unfortunately, yeah, it keeps kicking into high, and I don't know why. It might just be old, and like maybe the setting thinks that it's actually an auto. Which, you know, I could see that being the case. And it's instantly a winter wonderland. That was the fastest transition of snow ever. Ooh, mushrooms. The problem, though, man, I got PC envy so bad right now. Dude, I don't know what happened. The algorithm just... It, like, knows when... Well, okay, let's be fair. If you play on PC, your brain is always going to new builds. Where do I go? Do I want to go up here? Yeah, let's go up here and then circle around. But, like, the algorithm just knows... What's up, brother? Oh, that was actually a nice dodge. Peace out. Yep, it certainly will. Nice. And so last night I was doing the old death scroll, you know. And of course I start getting the 5090 builds coming through. And there is this new, I don't know if he's a new build, I don't think he's a new builder, but at least for me, like seeing his content, he's a new builder. And he kind of does like ASMR builds. I don't know if they're intentionally ASMR, but it's kind of that style where like there's no voiceover, it's just the sounds of building the computer, you know? And he has some really aesthetically pleasing builds. Really nice. And so that brought me down a whole, you know, a whole spiral of looking up different builds. And I'm going to be honest. So I used to go for the like Asus ROG graphics cards. That was back when I did like my first PC builds that were like RBG to the max, you know. And now if I put I have RGB in my computer, don't get me wrong, but I have it all set to white. Like it's very minimal. Like my PC itself is just full black, but all the LEDs are just set to white. But I used to do the whole like multicolored thing and whatnot. What are we doing here? I think I need more stacks at this point. Or no, let's go for increased damage still. But I typically don't do that any. I mean, graphics cards I go through the slowest because a graphics card, my cards typically last like 2, maybe 3 builds before I'll replace them because I haven't been through many. My first card was a 1080. I then went to, I think it was 2 1080 Ti's, which wasn't great. From there, I think I made a big jump to the 3080, I think. Now I'm on a 4090. These 5090, what are they? The Astral cards. They are pretty. They're also massive. And they take a nuclear reactor to power them. But they are pretty and they are powerful. I didn't realize, of course, I went down this whole rabbit hole of looking up the 4090 versus 5090. And typically, I think going from 3090 to 4090, it might have only been like a 10 or 15% performance jump. This is like a 25 to 30% power jump. And I'm like, oh no. This is a Mistling Brimshade. What's that? It's a dead thing. That's what it is. Why don't you bring me to the thing that I just hit open on? It's way at the bottom? Ew, what is this? Gross. And on the back of that, having just seen the tech demo for The Witcher 4, you might just need one to play that game. Now, to be fair, I think people went a little bit over the top with all the Witcher footage coming out. I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, there's no way, because I think they said like, oh, all this footage was captured on a standard PS5 at 60 FPS. And it's like, it's not gameplay. It's I'm pretty sure like it's not gameplay. It's a tech demo, which is different. Even so, that's kind of like an estimation of what they want to make the game look like. And if it looks like that, oh man, we are going to need a massive card to play that. And you bet your ass I'll be playing that. What am I buying? Sure. Here's 400 gold. I mean, if you double cross me, I will kill you.
Not much. You heard him. We lost 3 of our brothers on this job. You think we could just go back to the village and say they died so we can walk away with a handful of coins?
You can do whatever you would like. Double it? If you don't want to join your fallen comrades, I'd advise you to back off.
Raylan, the alchemist's lapdog, can snarl. Let's show him how Svein Dalrita bites.
Oh, you didn't like that? All right, brother. I mean, you are standing in fire. I'd advise you to not do that. So what is this thing that I was buying? I mean, I'll take your 20 arrows. Ooh, an Ice Weaver's brain. Okay, I guess that was the quest item we were looking for. Or, it's starting a new quest. But, yeah. Witcher 4, whew, I'm very much ready for that. And actually, I think what they've done... Okay, see ya. I think they actually made Ciri look badass. As she's like walking around through town. Where is there like a... Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't get up all in my face like that. I don't know. I'm excited. I gotta play The Witcher 3 again, so that way I remember like what's going on. When I played through The Witcher 3 the first time, I will admit I didn't really know what was going on, mostly because I didn't play the first two, or at least the second one, to kind of know what was going on. So a lot of kind of the plot line went up and over my head. So I'd probably need to do like a recap of the story or something. But I'm curious to see how they kind of... Well, actually, they're probably going to do what they did with Witcher 3 with the ending of The Witcher 2, right? Where you can import your choices. Because I was going to say, depending on the choices you make, you could have a very different experience in Witcher 4. God, frick you, bear. I didn't even hit that bear. Is there something up there? No, you just put rock stairs here leading to nothing. Okay, cool. It's a stairway to nowhere. Oh, there's got to be something over here. There's a word spawn blocking the entrance. There's at least titanium and a cave. Oh, wait, this is a reaver? Doesn't much look like one. Okay. A Pictish hideout. What is it? Oh, right. The Picts are like those the devil looking people. You know what I'm surprised by? I'm wondering if we're gonna see that Pict girl that we helped out at the very beginning of the game. That has not been relevant at all. Like, she gave us a spell, but was there anything else relevant that happened with her? I thought she was gonna be a character in the game. It was like, oh, you helped me, now I'll help you in, you know, something or other. But nope, never really showed up again. Is that anything? No. Let's see. Can I just access this from here? Oh. There's somewhere I can. Oh, I guess I can just hop. Good enough. So then I have to guess that there's going to be a quest here later, because this is literally nothing. Okay. Yeah. There's got to be a quest here later. But I'm excited. You know, it's funny. I was actually wondering, or I was actually thinking about The Witcher 4 pretty recently, because I've wanted to play through Witcher 3 again, but you know, kind of thinking like, oh, well, should I leave it off till, you know, Witcher 4 is close around the corner? I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if there's even a planned release date for Witcher 4, or not date, but year, right? I figured they wouldn't have you know, release date wouldn't be here yet, but, you know, roughly what year, like, are they looking for, is it 26, is it 2016? Yes. Is The Witcher 4 coming out in 2016? The year after Witcher 3? No. 2026 or 2027. I would assume it's one of those. If it's 2028, I'm gonna die. Oh, what's up, brother? You had company, and then that company killed you. Man, you guys up here have absolute junk on you. Oh. A fallow. I don't know what that is, but it's dead. Oh, you actually took a couple hits. I give you credit. Just white armor. A fire rune. Oh, wait. First of all, I want that whiskey. Okay, so fire rune. What is this? Create a small rune which explodes with a burning fire after short delay when there is an enemy nearby. All right, this would have been what I was looking for way back, like 30 hours of gameplay ago. Jesus, all like, if they start giving me my like enemy manipulation spells now, I'm gonna be a little grumpy. Like, I've been asking for that stuff forever, and it actually made me. Oh, these stags are super dead. And oh, this one's gonna be a problem. Oh shoot. Okay, I don't know if I can reach this one. Don't run away from me. Oh shh! God damn it! No. Pathetic. You shut your mouth. And I don't know when these respawn either. It's because it's not like a daily thing. Frick, man. That's what I get for all of a sudden using a sword. It was easy when I was doing magic. Come here. Taste my wrath, because I'm pissed. What's up, Klingon gamer? How you doing? How you doing? Where the frick am I? Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, wait, can I actually finish? Oh, that's just a oh, that's the other door. Okay. God, man, I so wish that I could remove quests from my list. All right. Let's actually just, do I want to clear this part of the map? I guess so. I guess so. So far, there actually hasn't really been much since coming into this area. Oh, deer. And see, I can kill that deer. But it makes me jelly, man. To be fair, I don't know that I could even find one of those 5090 Astros if I wanted to. But even if I could, my bank account would literally throttle me in my sleep. But they're so pretty. And they're so freaking fast. At some point, I've been having... Ew, what the... Okay, how is the swarm stronger than half the enemies that I fought? That was weird. At some point, I'm gonna have to redo my PC, and I'll just go ball out. That kind of happens. That's kind of how I build. Maybe it's not the best way to do it. Actually, I know it's not the best way to do it because my wallet hates me for this. But I do like kind of half measures. So it'll be like, oh, okay, I kind of want to upgrade my graphics card. So I'll update the graphics card, and then it's like, oh, you know what? I'm already in like the PC building mood. you know, let me upgrade my RAM, and then I do that, and then it's like, oh man, but then like, you know, I find out that, oh, the RAM isn't exactly compatible with my motherboard, or, you know, whatever. I guess I gotta get a new motherboard. And then it's like, well, if I'm getting a new motherboard, might as well get a new CPU. And then I get to the point where it's like, you know, I'm buying all these parts piecemeal.
You're from out. Tell me.
I think this chick is just gonna do the same thing as the other guy. Can I visit your tribe? What happened to your tribe? Something about one eye. And so rather than having like a full build, I just kind of have this like bunch of random parts. Because it's like, oh, I just need, you know, one extra part to get this working. Because it's been probably 5 or 6 years since I did like a full 100%, you know, top to bottom build. Okay, let's take a nap. Let's take a nap. I'm probably going to be woken up. Yep, I figured. There's no one even around me, but I'll still be woken up. Yep, look at that. Hey! Hey! None of that horsing around. Okay, stop. 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 Thank you. Doing all the flips and shit. I can't keep up with that. Okay. Nothing down there. Barrow of the Horned Shadow. How many horns does he have? What's up, Skelly Man? Not much. Frostbitten Warrior Great Spear. Cool name. Okay. Okay. Actually, I didn't want that. My muscle memory kicked in. Can I do anything with this? Or, like, is this just a dead end? Huh. Not sure. Let's keep going down. See what we find. It's not a boss fight. Looked like a boss arena. But it's not. Maybe it was supposed to be. I don't know. Yeah, definitely not. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, you're actually chunky. Well, big boned, really. Can I do my Stagfather fight now? Huh. Well, whatever it is, again, it seems as though it's something that I have to come here and do later. I almost wonder if this is like, you have to kill a certain amount of things in this Act 3 area. Because to me, that it just looks like a blood meter, right? That you have to kind of fill up as you get kills. But I don't know. Either way, that's thing number 2 that I can't just, like, find and explore. I gotta come back to later. Oh, is there anything? No, that just looks like getting stuck. And I would not like to be getting stuck. Piss off, bear. Oh, man. I thought those were mushrooms. Alright. So where are we at? I don't think there's a lot of reason. I think rather than just explore, I should probably just do my quests. And they'll just kind of bring me around to the areas I need to go. Up until this point, like, exploring hasn't really done me a whole lot of good, actually. What is this? What did that get me? I don't know what that gave me. These prey shrines, I don't really get. Some of them, like, give bonuses, but I don't know what that one did. Skeleton! Well, she's making it harder to see. Oh, hello there, lady. Okay, the music is cool. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, you are a butterface, aren't you? Butterface. The Grotto of the First... Oh, I think this is the quest place I'm supposed to go to. I've reached the place Imrim told me about. Now I just need to explore it. Alright. Oh, I was literally about to just go straight and have a bad day. So the question is, do I go around? Okay, neither of these are fantastic traversal options. Although I feel like this way might have like a chest or something down here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's see. Maybe not. Honestly, now that I think about it, this is probably just here in case you fall. I think there should be something down here. Alright. We will just make our way across and hopefully not fall. Don't look down, 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 don't look down. Okay, that was much easier than I thought. A white? Huh. That was cute. I think you had a bigger health pool, so I think you were supposed to be like a tough enemy. That was a good try. Okay, so that's the second of these symbols that we've seen. That kind of looks like the Stag Father. I don't know about this one. Oh, you know who that looks like? That looks like the guy who's doing the weaving. He had like 4 arms. That's who that looks like. Because he has 4 arms. That's the only connection I can make there. You look like a cool undead, except that you're kind of dumb. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Oh, hello. Oh, undead Dalriadas. Is that totem a cloak? They look kind of like it. All right, so we're going to pop out of there. So at some point, we're going to loop back around. More Mad Dog. I'm still so surprised that I haven't found a recipe for Mad Dog. Hey, aren't you that guy that like bit me? Talk. Okay. I'm clicking E. Do I have to go in here first? Well, that was not helpful. So what's the deal with Talkie Boy over here? Oh, wait, now he's dead? Dude, is this broken too? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. I don't get it. He had the button to talk. I clicked to talk. It didn't work. I went through the portal, which took me there. And then just nothing happened. Although this is tied to a quest, right? Yeah, I've reached the place he told me about. Now I need to explore it. When was my last... Let me go back here. Because if that thing is actually dead, I feel like that's going to screw something up. I think... Yeah, see, I think the thing, like, actually died. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What happened to my autosave? How is autosave 68 set before 56? How does that work? This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think this is where the save that I just loaded, though. I think I'm stuck. Oh, wait, there's hope. There's hope. If this is still full... Shit. Oh, wait, he's back. Ah, shit, he's dead. Well, I have no idea. Have no idea. There's nothing else here to interact with. Except for this, which is now dead, and I can't go back unless I go back like half an hour, which I'm not doing. And there's just this thing that teleports you. So, I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. But that looks to be like another dead quest. Unless somebody's gonna, like, stop me out here, which has happened before, so that's not out of the realm of possibility. Nope. Maybe later I need to, like, talk to someone. I doubt that, too. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and just track this. Which is way the frick down here. Actually, you know what? Let's call up our horse. Alright, let's just ride our horse there. Okay, that's literally a great spot for you to show up. Alright, come on, horse. Let's go. Pick up the pace. Oh, I know you just came a long way from like 2 acts ago, but you can run. It's okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. Wait, is this... There's no way this is where we're supposed to go, right? No, I guess it is. That sword... I mean, that sword looked a lot closer. Ooh, are you... Scrap iron? Yeah, you I'm taking down.
You'll regret this. This is gonna hurt.
Sorry, guys, but all you guys here literally is just making me stronger.
You're finished. You're no match for our man.
I mean, you're literally just giving me extra strength. Literally just getting yourselves killed quicker. Okay, I don't need any of that. Oh! Work it, dude! Shake that thing! Oh, here's how we get up. Searing Cinder. What is that? Shoots a large burst. Okay, it's just a bigger fireball. Let's see. Increases buff duration. We haven't even had... Wait, so now are you telling me there's going to be buffs in the game? Now? After 60 hours, we're finally going to get buff spells? Actually, it's... I just realized it probably comes from potions. Shit, don't do it, horse! Jesus Christ! Okay, can you not walk up a freaking rock, please? Which way to go? We go to the right. Okay, horse, please. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. Very hard indeed. Give me a moment. Thank you for waiting. Your call is very important to us. Okay, let's continue on our way. Come on, get over the freaking snow. Okay, horse. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? All right. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't just make my way to the freaking city in peace, huh? Oh, Stagfather. All right, let's redeem ourselves. Got him stuck. Haha, redeemed. Frick you, stupid fricks. What is this? Oh, there's a cave here. An old mine. Let's check out the mine. Hopefully there's more in the mine than the last couple caves. Oh, well, that was easy. Nice. A hefty spear. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Man, you guys have like nothing in here. The 2 apples and cheese. I'm seeing it more and more. Wow, so he literally only detected me once I went into stealth mode. Before that, he had no idea I was there. Then, as I got sneaky, he detected me. I think sneak might be broken. I'm gonna just put it out there. Because every time that I've sneaked up on somebody, they've detected me. Except for that time. Is there anything over there? I don't see anything. Oh, I see a guy. Let's get him. Haha! And I got a level out of that. Nice. There's nothing up here. Yeah, just some copper. Is there something in the sneaky hole? No. Nope. Don't need to fall down there. Already been there. That's the bridge that I tried to jump up on. Wait, I'm so confused. Is that literally it? So there's got to be something back here, right? This can't be the third place I've been to where there's just nothing. Have I been over there? Haha! Secret entrance. Okay, that had nothing in it. There's copper. Dude, I'm very confused. Is there just nothing in these caves, or is literally just every cave for like a quest later on? Because I haven't found anything since getting into Act 3. Yeah, I mean, like it's a bunch of copper. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. I got like carpal tunnel or something in my wrist. Wrist is all kind of messed up. Okay, how close are we? Not close enough. Alright, let's call up our horse. Is this where I'm supposed to be? I guess technically it looks like the road should go this way, but I'm thinking that this might bring me up to that city as well. Why can't I pick this up? I can pick this up, but not the other one. Oh, capital. All right, let's go. Fast travel. Actually, just so that I get that text off the screen, we're gonna level up. Skill tree, Red Death. And let's go for... Let's start every fight. God, that goes to 25? That's actually big damage.
I sensed your approach, my king. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe, salute you as my forefathers decreed.
How do you know I'm not alone?
Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. At least I won't have to bother with that formal drivel Camelot loves so much. Tell me.
Is Arthur gonna take over my body? Oh, hey, I can open that up.
Through you sometimes? Or is he just a passenger in your head? Will he ever come out and talk to me face to face? Or does he just sit there quietly, never getting involved? Either way, I've got a few things to say to him. Not exactly polite ones.
We talk in specific conditions.
Ah, so he won't be speaking. Still too weak, is he? Not surprising. Well, then give my regards to the old man. Tell him The Gunveldir tribe stayed loyal to the old treaties right to the end. The same can't be said of the Camelocians, a pack of cowardly dogs without honor. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head, seeing what his beloved capital has been up to.
What kind of treaties did you have with Arthur?
Normal ones, honorable. He entrusted us with the forlorn swords and his crown, the one he used to command giants. We were sworn to guard them. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. But the Camelocians didn't hold up their end of the deal. May their souls rot in the weirdness. Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish. I'm rallying the tribes, and we're marching on Camelot. Nothing can stop us anymore, except ourselves, damn it.
So here's the deal. I came here for King Arthur's helmet.
Why? He's barely gotten his life back, and not even all of it. Does he have a death wish or something?
Do
There's a
you?
passage, sure. And if you're Arthur, it will open for you. Go ahead. If you think you're strong enough, nobody's gonna stop you. But let me warn you, it's not going to be an easy journey, or a short one. Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, what if they wake up when they see Arthur? I doubt they'll be happy. And if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters. And
I'm ready.
other surprises.
Bring me some badass
The legends
fights.
about this place make it all pretty clear. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there.
I'm going in there.
Not until you're sure you have the strength to handle what's hiding
Have you
inside,
seen this sword?
or without the blessing of the tribes. As
Oh,
you
I don't
know
care about the
that
tribes.
if you remembered our agreement. Yes. The funny thing about our
Are they
king,
literally not
as
going to
you
let me
may
in till I
already
talk to
know,
all 6
was
tribes?
that he was pretty sure of himself and his abilities. He knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted, so he didn't sweat when he made a deal with our ancestors. He said he'd come back for his royal hat, only if the kingdom was
His
in a better
hat.
situation,
Uh-huh.
and
It's a
if all the
crown,
tribes
man.
agreed to let him.
Give the respect it
Traditionally,
deserves.
This was meant to be done during a moot, an assembly of the tribes, and I'm calling one, so we can help each other out.
Oh.
If you're up for it.
Okay, that is more reasonable. If they're all going to come together and I can talk to them all at the same time, great. If I had to travel around this area and talk to all 6, what do you need?
Well, I need the chieftains to come here because we have to agree on a united front.
If you tell me to go to all 6 chieftains and bring them here at the same time.
Damn sure that we fight Camelot
Nope.
not as a solitary tribe, like hot-headed One-Eye once, but as a united force. But I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. I'd like you to look into it.
Why would the tribes listen to an outsider?
They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along, and gathering them all in one place at the same time. That's almost a miracle. But now they've left Gunveldir in its time of need, and they're ashamed. And that's even worse. That's why you have to shame them even more, so that they have no choice but to come here or risk their honor. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with a because, right? After all.
That's right, with my blade. All right, help out with the tribes or go there.
Exactly. There's only one sane course of action, but you do you.
Oh,
I'll be waiting
I'm doing me.
as a gun.
Kedron sent me on your way to tell you he won't be able to finish his task.
Looks like fate itself decided to push you my way. That has to mean something. But Kedron, that's grim news. He may be blunt as a broken axe, but he's loyal as they come. If he sent a non-Rida in his place, then he knew he was dying, and he chose duty over pride.
Yeah, he had a hole in his chest that he wouldn't let me help with.
Truth is, I'd sent him to do the very same task I've just laid before you. Gather the tribes, call the moot. Now.
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to be calling the tribes. I'm going in solo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No. We're just going straight in. I'm assuming that this is where we go. That looks like a thing for 6 tribes. Yeah, so maybe like if you call the tribes, does that just call that? Yeah, it just calls it up. So maybe if you call the tribes, you get like 6 companions to help you out, but we don't need that. We are strong enough to take whatever is in here solo, he said before he died a million times. Frick! There's a god dang knight on the inside. Mother frick, dude. Oh, this one's weak. Excuse me? Okay, hey, you want to get out of the rock that I can't attack? Oh yeah, you suck, dude. The other ones are way better than you. Yeah, that was easy. That was a cakewalk. You want me to find 6 other tribe people to come help me fight? No way. No. Ooh. What is it? A flesh tree. Is this supposed to be a challenge? Let's see. Oh, I need my stamina back. Ooh, that was an interesting boss fight. He died. Yeah, he... This guy wanted me to scour the 3rd act map for 6 other people to come help me. No thank you. That sounds like 6 hours that I would probably never get back. Oh. That's a big boy. Oh, yikes. I don't know. He looks pretty spiny. I don't know how that would work out. These are some new enemies. There's some big chunks. Oh, these are the giants he was talking about? Okay, well, there you go. Let me just take out that leg. Stab him in the dingus. Stab him in the dingus. I swear to God, Reddit today showed me a video of an elephant with a dingus that literally was longer than its leg. Oh, giant club. Is this like an actually strong thing? No, it actually sucks quite a bit. All right. No, you were correct. His name was Grant. Because he was huge. Get it? A huge Grant? A huge... Never mind. It wasn't my choice. Reddit decided that is something that I needed to see today. I don't know why. But it said, you know what? There are some things in this world that you haven't seen yet, and this is one of them. And I said, okay. Good on you, elephant. Is he blowing bubbles at me? Come on. There we go. God, I think I have too much lifesteal in this build. I literally can't get low enough to deal extra damage. Like, I think the problem with lifesteal is that because I do so much damage, that I'm actually recovering too much health per hit to actually stay at a low total. Resistant to what? Blades? I'm sorry, was that fight supposed to be something? Is there something up by this tree? Dude, it's a problem. Things take... Okay. Now this is a problem. Okay, we're good. We're good. Dude, I don't know what the deal... Oh. Okay. That one was my bad. That one was my bad. Like, so, what I was going to say is that was kind of a... Wait, am I supposed to go this way? I kind of thought I was supposed to go the other way. Maybe I'm supposed to go that way. We've made it to, like, 3 different caves, and each cave has been, like, nothing but a dead end. Which is really weird. It's like kind of made me not want to explore much because every time I explore, I don't like, there's just nothing. It's just like an empty cave. And so I thought that was also a dead end, but clearly I just didn't turn the right direction. Okay. So I have no idea. Maybe both directions bring you to the right place. Because I'm very far off from where we just were, which I thought was the correct way to go. Okay, they just lead to the same place, because that's the bridge that I was thinking about crossing. Okay. That is a reasonable, this is a reasonable fight. This one might actually be slightly challenging. Hey, what's up, Jeffafa? Alright, let's see how this goes. Can I get up here? I can. Wow, that's just where I just was. That's where I literally just was. All right, this seems like a close to a fair fight. All right, let's take out this guy first. Oh, he knocked me down. All right, they're gonna. They're actually doing. Oh, they're actually doing big damage. Oh, they got the combo in. Okay, now I'm at full health, and I didn't even pop a potion. Like, oh god, this weapon is stupid. I don't even think it's the build. I think it's just this weapon. I think this weapon is just busted. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this one was broken, just like the Arcanist sword. Although to be fair, it's more so the effect on the weapon. Yeah, that was... I mean, to be fair, they got me pretty low. They did. They did, in fact, get me to almost dead. But almost dead is not dead now, is it? Okay, I think I'm supposed to go down there. I want to fight this knight first, though. Wait, is this... Okay. That's definitely the end point. That is definitely the end point. So let's go down these stairs first. If it's not, that's the biggest bait I've ever seen. Like what? Like why is this here? Oh, this is here for if you come from that way. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I actually don't care about fighting him. Let's just go fight the big boy. Oh, there are lots of big boys. Yeah, this is definitely a Attack on Titan moment, right? Everyone kind of locked up in their walls. There it is, the crime. Dude, if that's the end of Act 3 already, Act 3 was so short. Yo, what's up, Annie? How you doing? Wait, was that literally it? I just walked in and took it from him? There was no boss fight? I'm so confused. Maybe the challenge was supposed to be the enemies along the way that we made along the way? I don't know.
I am his burden, the man beneath the myth.
This happened way faster than I thought it was going to.
I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
Although, maybe they thought that most people would go help out the other tribes? Am I over encumbered? What's going on here? Oh, yeah, I am. What did I just... Oh, because his crown. Oh, shoot. This is like an actual thing I get to use. Increase strength, dexterity, perception, practicality, and spirituality by 5. You deal increased damage to foe dweller enemies. That's actually kind of good. I'm actually okay with that. The problem is I would need to put a bunch of stats in to actually make it work. I have to respect for it.
You used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them.
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit. You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you.
You think he can see over that neck guard? He's just like, yes. It's protecting my neck.
The seawall. I let it all slide.
Think he needs it a little bit bigger?
It was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
Dude, Arthur is like this 7-foot tall behemoth of a guy, and he just got verbally bitch slapped by Caradoc. Oh, Arthur.
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything. This land
Oh, there's just no voice line. Okay.
had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no
Oh,
way to
are we going scorched earth? Are we going to burn it all to the ground?
And what if my decision
Let's go.
costs them
Let's
the
burn it.
ability to grow?
Let's burn
What
it.
if instead of helping them become better,
Let's
I
become mad
forced them to
tyrants.
Stay set in their ways? I may have been right about the diagnosis, but now I see that I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was...
Dude, protecting your neck is one thing. He's protecting his forehead with that thing.
I had to do something. This felt like the only choice.
I didn't expect Caradoc to care about something.
Caradoc had the clearest
He's so
eyes of
heartless.
anyone. He saw things for what they were.
Gotta protect your forehead? No, you don't. There's nothing important back there.
Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance.
What was that about the Giants' children?
The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee.
Seems reasonable.
One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war.
Oh, shut up. You liked it and you know it.
And for the Del Rita.
What was that about the Pendragons?
I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage
And those
drenched
pen
in
dragons,
blood
they live on
of
Pen
the
Islands.
Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember, and unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin. I thought I was forging a future. I was just extending the fall.
So, the crown. What do we do about the giants? Wait, what? Those are like two completely different thoughts.
Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions.
Are we gonna get depressed, Arthur?
Why bother?
Oh, that's not even the... Wait, that's not the King's Threat dungeon? Didn't it literally say King's Threat dungeon? Wait, what? Oh, now it checks it off.
Once and future king, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit.
Okay,
Is it time
maybe
for us
now
to
we're gonna fight.
awaken?
Although this guy's massive, there's no way they're gonna have us fight this guy, right? Is it time for us to awaken? I order you to march on Camelot. You will lead the Dalriada tribes. I order you to bring order to the Forlorn Swords. It's time for you to rest. You may sleep forevermore. Nah, burn it to the ground. I order you to march on Camelot. You will lead the Dalriada tribes.
The Dalrida have long been our allies.
Burn it down.
Through their eyes, we have watched your kingdom fall.
I'm going to be
into
completely honest with you, Jeffifa.
Camelot
I have no idea if this is the end or not.
your will
Literally,
shall
I've been
be
live,
done.
so I've been live for an hour 20, and I started Act 3 at the start of the stream. And, like, I already have Arthur's Crown. I don't know what it, like... Okay, so I guess I just leave? Do I just leave? To be honest, I kind of missed what he's saying. Well, so like for argument's sake, like I could have gone and explored a bunch, but I figured, hey, let me just do like the main quest in Act 3. Oh, okay, cool. The main quest in Act 3. And then immediately the guy I'm supposed to talk to was like, hey, you can either go in this dungeon, it's going to be real tough, or you can go find the 6 tribes members, bring them here, we can talk about it, and then they can go in and help you. And I was like, screw that. What am I going to go? I'm strong enough. And so I walked in here, and they were like, here's Arthur's crown. The thing that, you know, took like 20 hours for you to get the sword, and like another 20, maybe even 30 to get the shield. Here's 5 minutes, and you get the crown. And now our last meeting with character, so I guess like we're just like finishing the game right now. Like I honestly have no idea. depending on what happens, like, I don't know. So, well, I'm not going to get too far into my thoughts on the game right now, because my thoughts on this game have been an absolute roller coaster.
The moot will not happen, my king. This alone would have sealed our fate. And yet, you were strong enough to walk the king's thread, and you conquered it. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made?
It's all pudding right there. Strong enough to beat that. The giants will support your war. They will lead the Dalariata tribes against Camelot, and there will be a rumbling.
Glory be to you.
Rumbling, rumbling.
Fame and honor to you for all time. Thanks to you, Camelot will fall, and with it, the dead laws and the suppression.
It sounds like a lot of roguelike experiences. Hopefully it's not with cards and monsters, because that would be sad. But if it's just a regular train, I can imagine you having a time.
Accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
Well, that's cool. So you want to invade Camelot?
An eye for an eye. There's no other way.
Let's do it. Let's take it for ourselves.
I was the one who honored the old treaties Camelot violate.
All right. Well, I guess you don't really have anything cool to talk about. There are 3 locations for Divided We Fall. Oh, yeah, I don't need to do that. Caradoc told me to meet at the Charred Conclave. Oh, wait, is that going to be... No, I thought that was going to be the Charred Conclave. Here's... Dude, this is where this game needs such big reworkings for the quest system. This is a main quest symbol. It's telling me it's tracking it, but it's telling me for a side quest. So where am I supposed to go for my main quest? Like, I'm clearly tracking it. Okay, in Connacht. Oh, you know what? So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be down here at the Wicker Man. So it's the only place that makes sense, because I couldn't get in there before. But this is just like really annoying. The fact that it's giving me a quest from all the way back in Act 1 that I can't do anything to because the NPC is literally dead, so I can't remove it from my quest list, and it's telling me it's a main quest, and it's the one I'm tracking. So then you would think, like, oh, you just come back here. Nope, now it's telling me to go back to another Act 1 quest. Like, it's completely broken. Yeah, so I don't understand. Like, this whole half of the map, there was just nothing in. There's just literally nothing here. Depending, we'll see how, we'll see if this is literally the end of the game. But my quick thoughts right now, like, if this was like literally end of the game and I had to give like my final thoughts right now, Act 1 is great. But Act 2 and Act 3, like, this game was not ready for release. Act 2 was fine. I had problems with, like, if this is really Act 3, you know what it kind of feels like? Man, okay, yeah, see, now it says it's here. Actually, the long defeat. Yeah, see, so now that I'm in, so basically it breaks if you're not on the map. If you're in a different map, it breaks. If you're on the correct map, it shows you the right direction. So I just had a massive realization. If this is indeed the final fight, in that if this is actually the final fight and Act 3 is like literally this short, it's basically the same structure as Expedition 33. But I think the difference is that Expedition 33 was basically a flawless experience. I had like no issues. I think I experienced one bug in my entire playthrough of that game. Literally as we speak. But that game was just like flawless. And I'm literally falling through the ground right now. And so when I got to Act 3, I can't, dude, I think I'm literally in a pit that I can't get up. Uneven terrain. Great. Well, I guess I'll just die then. The difference though, okay, I guess I gotta drown. The difference though, again, because it was like not flawless experience. I'm being hyperbolic here. But when you get to Act 3 in Clair Obscur, you can basically take on the final boss immediately, right? You could technically just go straight to Lumiere and fight Renoir. Or you could do all the side content. So the argument can be made here for that as well, right? Because there's probably a lot in the Act 3 area that I kind of just skipped over because the main quest line is literally one quest long. But I think because Act 2, in this case, it's not even close to being on par with Act 2 of Expedition 33. It hits very differently. Does that make sense? Right? Like, it's not that it's necessarily a good thing to have like an act that's that short, but I give Expedition 33 more like benefit of the doubt. That's not even the right right like term, but I was already like not crazy happy with how Act 2 was playing out, and then for Act 3 to just kind of like abruptly end, it's just kind of weird. All right, there we go. But we'll see. This could be like literally just the start of Act 3. Like we fight Caradoc. He goes, "Oh, you almost got me this time," and then he runs away, and then I have to go like adventure into Act 3. Like that could definitely be the case.
So,
but we'll see.
Made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end.
I mean, he's literally telling me this is the end. What is this place?
This is the Charred Conclave, a graveyard for druids. Burned alive.
I mean, the last fight we fought, this guy got spanked, so we'll see.
It's a reminder of what happens when people fear what they don't understand. Just remember, this is the point of no
If this is not the end of the game, this is the biggest bait I've ever seen.
But if you come this far, I suppose
every single line, he's like, you know, like this is what I wish happened. Again, I think this happened in Act 2 as well. I wish that happened when I talked to Brandon way back in Act 1, because all of this wouldn't, well, I'm scrolling my mouse like you can see my mouse, but all of these quests would not still be here because I could still complete them. If Brandon would have just said, like, once you make this decision, it really tells me where you stand and the world's going to change. But he's like, you know, there's no going back. This is it. This is like every line, right? Was like, this is where we're going to end it. Like, okay, I get the picture. It's an issue with storytelling generally. Most things have a strong opening, middle, and see, I feel like the opposite. I feel like, well, I guess I was thinking more of Lord of the Rings. Like, really strong opening, pretty good middle, and then really strong end. But It's also difficult to pace open world games. Most of your pace, you know, well, it's not even necessarily that pacing was the issue. I don't want it to be like, to feel like pacing was the only thing. What's the word I'm going for? Just like the technical aptitude of Act 2. There were just so many bugs. Let's see. Like I said, before we get all into the weeds, because, like, you know, if this is the actual game, the end of the game, like, I'll obviously want to talk about that at the end. So we'll kind of hold off until we figure out if this is actually the end or not. Because I could be completely wrong, and this could literally just be the beginning of the final act.
I've heard much about you. Your choice.
Even though we just said, like, this is the end.
Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon.
He's wanted to kill me this whole time.
Still make it this far.
Or not me, Arthur.
Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
Am I gonna play Dune Awakening? Probably not. Wait, has Dune Awakening, has that come out yet? Or is that, I think that, isn't that next week? Because I thought it came out right before Stellar Blade. I don't know. I think with Dune Awakening, what I'm concerned about, because I think that comes out at a very similar time to Stellar Blade, if I'm not mistaken. So Stellar Blade is like the next game to come. If you play 20, actually you can play day after tomorrow. Oh, no, I wouldn't. I'm not paying $20 to play a couple days early. No way. No, because so right now Stellar Blade is like the next game that I plan on playing. Or I should say the next like release I plan on playing. I was kind of on the fence about Dune. I thought I was going to play Night Rain, but then I realized that it was mostly multiplayer, and I don't really want to pair with randoms or anything, so kind of passing that one. So, because it's kind of a long-ish game, I think I might just take... Well, Dune isn't an MMO, Jake. It's a survival game. I think I might just play a couple shorter games. I kind of want to play something a bit faster paced, maybe like Doom or something. Because I'm working on like a giant list of games that like I've missed over the past 10 or 15 years, and I kind of want to like go back and hit some of the old like big franchises. So I might play a game or two that I can do in like a day or two. No, I actually like survival games. I played the shit out of Power World. Unfortunately, I played a little bit of Enshrouded. I played a game called Aloft. That was really fun. You got to build like island boats. So he wants to kill him properly, and you want to resurrect him properly.
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
Well, whether it's a hyper-saturated market or not, that doesn't tell you whether a game's good or not. I need you to start making sense.
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
And also remember, Jake, I didn't just say that out of nowhere. I got Jeff over in Twitch chat asking me. So, in case you're wondering, because you can't see him typing. So, he was asking me if I was planning on playing it. You know, okay. Because initially you were like, why are you talking about this? It's like, I'm responding to someone else. Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the King's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back.
So I'm just another experiment to you, like the ones on that island?
No. The asylum treated you as a subject. I see you as a savior. Your suffering gave us a chance. And for that, I am both grateful and deeply sorry.
Alright, take it easy, Jeff Afa.
I see you're still doubting me.
What's your endgame?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue,
That was not even close to the same
Avalon
line.
will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
Even if he's whole, what if the people won't follow?
They will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll beg for a savior. And Arthur will answer the call. Help me bring the king back. Now you need... I made my case. This is the only...
Okay, so now all of a sudden am I making a decision on whether to let Arthur live or die? Okay, well, this is... Oh my... Am I gonna have to go through like a million of these conversations where they're like, hey, this is what... Oh, Caradoc.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom.
I think the game's just gonna lore dump here at the very... Or like exposition dump at the very, very end.
Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
And you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
I mean, you did literally just say he's just another man. Yeah, because you hate what you've become.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow, they waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone.
Yeah, you're just here because you got a little bit of a grudge against him.
Doesn't matter. Let it all burn. Let it rot. Let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't.
And what if your way leads directly to the people's fallen demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall.
You think people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters?
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not
Okay, he just says the same thing 4 times. You want to throw away Avalon's hope just like that?
Arthur isn't Avalon's hope. He's its curse. He's the chain that keeps it bound to the past, dragging it down no matter how far it tries to climb. We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined, but now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. Go.
Oh, I'll stab you in the head. I'll straight stab you in the head. You pop up once every 20 hours to be the villain of the game, and then you want me to side with you? Get the frick out of here, dude. You're just a little man with a big grudge. And I'm gonna make you several inches shorter. If I cut off his head, of course. God, who is this? This is gonna be like Hob? What the frick? Wait, what? There's just some random dude here that I need to... Wait, what? I'm so confused. Okay, am I missing something? I don't know what is happening. Why did I have to just smack that guy? Like, he was fishing, he tried to punch me, I slashed him and he died.
Help me bring the king. Now you need... I made my case. This is the...
Go on.
Like, am I supposed to know who this is? Is this just Arthur? Like... So I assume this is the Holy Grail.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world.
Like, I don't know who I'm slapping.
Now you stand
Like-
before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
Oh, we're going full on destruction here. Oh, what if I take the king's soul for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
Give me the power.
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
Nope.
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
Nope.
You will shape the world to become its witness.
Nope. I'm gonna take it for myself.
Then the idea shall be claimed.
I'm Frodo.
Shape worn.
The ring is mine.
Yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friend. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes.
So is this Arthur? I'm so confused by this. Or is this someone that we met like back in Act 1? I get that his name is Hob, but like who is Hob?
No, I won't let this happen. Not again.
I just have no idea who Hob is. Oh no, he's dealing me damage. Oh, this is the other thing that I've noticed. Why am I getting light armor levels? I have medium armor on. Oh no, it'd be a shame if you hit me one more time. Get wrecked, idiot. Okay, so. That was cute. Oh, you got some stuff on you. Is that a reasonable sword? Wow, your gear sucks. Complete the ritual.
You think any other human could wield this power?
Yeah, you're just a dude in
I
armor.
endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness.
Wah wah, give me your
I
power.
made the sacrifices, me.
Yeah, and you sucked at it. Look what became of your kingdom.
Think you can take it from me?
Oh, dude, let me fight Arthur. That would be kind of cool. Let me fight Arthur. Hell yeah.
Forge Avalon. Perfect.
Come on. Bring out the Shield of Palamedes. Bring out Excalibur. We know you got him. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna summon broskies? That's just gonna help me get my lament going. Where'd you go? Fight was so intense the game crashed. You go the whole time without crashing, and then you decide to crash in the fight against Arthur. God dang it, man. Well, let's see where it made a little save. Seriously? This is where you decide to quick save? All right. Well, luckily Caradoc is a little bitch. Take the soul for myself. All right, hit me a time or two. Nice. That was cute. It was cute. You tried your best. He tried. That's what counts. All right, shut up, Arthur. Come fight me again. That's right. Let me build up my lament. Dude, I'm just too good.
You took Arthur's power for yourself.
I'm just too good.
Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone.
He stood no chance. I hit him once and I went all the way back to full health.
Command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself. Flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant.
That's right. I rule with iron fist, baby.
The South unraveled.
Yeah, that's it. I just got the achievement for finish the main storyline.
For themselves. The keep still stands, but not as a beacon, only as a reminder of the help that never came. The men here stayed in Kuanacht, but Yvain failed to rally the minds and hearts needed for his Grail quest. With no clear leaders and rising tension, both Kuanacht and Camelot grew fragile, drifting toward division, with no one.
Oh, there's no Avalon. I'm burning to the ground.
You awakened the giants, and with them at their side, the Dal Rita conquered Camelot. As the capital fell, the customs of the
All right, I'll hold my thoughts for a minute until she's done talking.
Not everyone welcomed them, but the change had already taken root. Nianta left Kuanacht with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Maggot chose to remain in Kuanacht, and the people stayed with him. Over time, they grew to trust him. And
see, this is just weird. Like, I just don't care about these people.
Planting the first seeds of a new druidic tradition.
You know, like, like, this is something that happens at the end of, like, movies or games where you've spent time interacting with these people, but I had, like, 2 quests with them, and half the time it was just, go find me something.
At the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect.
I mean, him I didn't even interact with. It was Bayor. Right? I had to go find the girl that Bayor wanted and then give him a heart.
Her brood now spreads unchecked, and the South must bear the weight of your promise.
Okay. Let's this motion, for anyone wondering, when I do that, when I take my glasses off and rub my eyes, you know, some shit. I'm gonna say some shit. I think this game peaked at 40 to 50% of the way through. And then it was a pretty steep downhill. It was something that I was a little bit worried about. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. Actually, I don't need to listen to that music. It's good music. It's just kind of loud for me. Act 1, I think, was great. So I went through this kind of like this weird roller coaster, right? Because when I got the code to try out the game before it came out, I played for 4 hours, and my initial take on the game was a little bit flawed from not flawed, but flawed in the sense that it was quite a bit off from where I eventually landed after I started streaming the game and actually like playing it through, right? And not kind of rushing it to see as much of the game as I could in 4 hours. Because when I then started playing the game for real, I was addicted to it. You know, I mean, like, we had that weekend where I ended up playing like all of Friday, all of Saturday. I did like 3 streams a day, right? I played for like 4 hours, took a break, played for another 4, took a break, then played like, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours at night. Like, I was into this game in Act 1. Exploring was super fun. The quests were they were fine. A lot of them were still kind of fetch quests, but, you know, exploring the world, it felt like there was like always something to find. All of the quests kind of worked together. I knew what I was doing, right? Like the whole quest line in Act 1 was really about what was his name? The quartermaster. It was Fergus, right? It was all about like helping the people in the keep, so that way Fergus knew that we were serious and that we kind of wanted to like actually help, and so then he would tell us where Brandon was. So that was a pretty easy goal to figure out, like, why are we doing all this stuff? And like we were like I said, we were discovering new stuff. There was like something around every corner. And then we got to Act 2, and it definitely slowed down a bit. I think most of that came because it was a new map. They kind of expected us to learn where all like the new amenities were. We had to be introduced to all these new characters. And it slowed down a little bit, but then even playing through Act 2, the Act 2 map was so much less dense with stuff to find. I mean, where's continue even going to bring me here? I'm curious. It's probably just going to bring me back to the Wickerman. Okay, so my game is just literally done. Cool. Okay, let's yeah, let's load the save up. So, like, if we look at this map, right? So we look at the first map. I mean, I remember just in the first like 4 hours, I think we only explored like this small portion of the map. And we didn't even do a lot of stuff down here because the main quest literally shut us off from doing this. But I mean, there's just like stuff everywhere. Even the stuff like this right here, right? That there's no like symbols on. It took me a little bit to kind of clear it out and explore it. You know, kind of same thing up here. There was a bunch of places to go. There are bounties up here. This whole area, like this B area, there was nothing really up there. But for the most part, like there was stuff going on all around this map. Then we get here. And there's nothing really in the swamp except for enemies. There's a lot of things around the swamp, but this is a big chunk of where there's nothing. There was 1 or 2 quests over here, but there's no real like caves or anything to explore. And then there's this just this giant open field where there is nothing. Like there's just nothing here. Like I looked around for caves and like items. It's just, this is all just weird spawns. And this is just a big field. And then we didn't even really get to explore this because the main quest is literally just, you know, it's one quest. It's literally you do one quest. Now, I want to make the caveat that I chose to do it in one quest, right? I could have gone to all the tribes, done the whole moot thing, which would have had me exploring Act 3, but again, the game kind of offered me, kind of like with Expedition 33, where they were like, you can just go do this, or you can do all the side stuff. But again, the problem that I was having, and the reason why I think it's different than Expedition 33, is that Expedition 33 was a mostly flawless experience. This, I was getting frustrated with the quest system, how I couldn't delete things out of my quest log, so it was hard to keep track of stuff. Plus the fact that the quest icons were not showing up in correct locations. Sometimes they just wouldn't show up, like the Stone Warden quest that I had to actually look up because I would have been looking for it forever. Yeah, so it like I felt like it really went downhill in Act 2. The beginning of Act 2 was fine, because I was still kind of exploring, but Act 2 was also a problem just because of, like, how obnoxious it was to get around the map. So if you had to give really succinct pros and cons for this, strong start, good early loop, odd pacing. I don't know if pacing is necessarily the problem with it, though. Because, like, the reason... I think some of the reasons, so for the most part, yes. Strong start, good early loop. Act 1 was great until you got to the very last quest of Act 1. And again, I think if you make a different decision than I did, you're probably, like, I would probably have a much different experience. I think the problem is some of my issues stemmed from that one decision, right? If I hadn't made that decision, or if the game had warned me about like what that decision would do, then I might have made a different decision and been able to finish those quests and get them out of my quest log, and I would have a lot less issues with the quest system. But because I didn't have an option to switch it, I was kind of stuck with the way that the quests were logged. But then the other thing is Act 2 was just, it was harder to navigate. You know, there were a lot of cliffs, a lot of rocks that were like just too tall to jump over, which made navigating kind of a pain. And, you know, the fact that all of your crafting stuff was like on a different level from your stash was a little bit annoying. It's like, why do I have to go jump down this hole or jump off this ledge to go smith rather than just putting the smith as close as possible to the stash? Like, that was a little bit weird. And then I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even experience Act 3. Like, the pacing on that was just very odd. And the fight, I can't really say much about the fight, because it's kind of the same thing with Expedition 33, where I just overpowered it. I mean, it happened, but I don't know. The story kind of fell off. At the beginning, I was a little bit intrigued by what was going on, but I guess kind of like you said with the odd pacing, in Act 2, I wasn't getting a lot of Arthur's story, and so I kind of lost track of where we were, like why we're tracking all this stuff down. And by the time we got to the end, all of a sudden it's like, hey, do you want to be Arthur? It's like, I mean, I guess so. And then Arthur's like, man, you're not gonna be me. And then I fought him and I stabbed him, and like that was the end. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, sure, I guess that's how we're gonna end it. Like, it seemed very again, it seemed abrupt, because the pacing was just, it took like, again, I'm 62 hours in, right? And so take 4 hours off that. Okay, so we got 58 hours, and I've been playing this for 2, so go to 54, right? So you could say it was probably like, what is that, 25, 29? So 29 hours for Act 1, roughly. 29 hours for Act 2, and then 2 for Act 3. Like, and you know what's funny is, so I was reading this post on Reddit the other day, and someone was asking if they should continue on with Act 3 or restart the game. And I thought that was kind of odd, so I clicked into it to see, you know, to read more about the post, like why are they asking this? And they were saying that they were reading all over the place that Act 3 is just buggy as hell. There are quests that just won't finish, there are quests that won't start, there are NPCs missing, and it's literally so short, or you can make it so short that you literally just don't have to interact with any of that, which is kind of what happened, except for that one NPC in the cave that just said talk to him, and then I couldn't talk to him. So yeah, ultimately, like, in a nutshell, Act 1 was great. Like, I would probably, if I don't really like putting numbers on things, but if I had to put a number on it, like, I'm probably putting it in like the 7.5 range. Act 2, I'm probably putting at like a 5 or 6. And then Act 3, I can't even give anything. Like, it was just a nothing burger. Yeah. I'm using it more, not necessarily to say in terms of like Tainted Grail is a 7.5 and Oblivion is a 7, so you can compare those two. It's more so like how you would compare the acts against each other is more kind of my what I'm thinking there. Does circle back to my earlier point about testing in later stage. Oh, that was the other thing that I started on and then left. I had mentioned it early on that I was a bit concerned about kind of leading us into like a Baldur's Gate situation. Now, this is much worse than Baldur's Gate in terms of the magnitude of what happened, but Baldur's Gate fell into the problems that when they did their early access tests, they were testing Act 1 and Act 2, and I don't know if they ever pushed out a test for Act 3. And in my opinion, like, Baldur's Gate 3 is my favorite game of all time. I've mentioned it a bunch. But Act 3 is kind of where I start. And to be fair, it's also at the end of the run. But I was going to say that it's where I start losing interest in my current run, or in my current runs when I was doing them. Act 3 didn't hit until full release. Okay. So, again, granted, if my runs are going 80 hours, sure. You know, after 60 hours, it's like, okay, I want to start a new thing. I want to try out new classes. And that's about the time that it was happening in Act 3. But I never, even to this day, fully explored Act 3 the same way that I did Act 1 and Act 2. Act 1, I'm pretty sure I mean, it's hard to say with Baldur's Gate 3 because there's so much stuff, but I could confidently say that I've done about 90% of what Act 1 had to offer. Again, I feel like I've done everything, but you don't know what you don't know. So there very well could be something in Act 1 that I've never done, but I don't know it exists. Act 2 is kind of the same thing. I feel like I fully explored pretty much everything in Act 2. Act 3, I know there are things that I didn't do. For example, the one thing that for some reason I never got around to was fighting Carador. I literally never explored Carador's mansion or did that whole Astarion quest line. Don't know why. It was just one of those things that I think potentially because of the gear that you got for it, I just never explored and did that. But in general, I, had more issues in Act 3 than I did in Act 1 and Act 2. And that's likely the reason why, because they just tested Act 1 and Act 2 more. They were just more polished. They had more testing time. But I had, like, as soon as we got to Act 2, the problems started setting in. And that's where it started to get more frustrating. So, still a decent game. Don't get me wrong, like Act 2 is still fun, but it was weighing down on me that all these kind of systems were not working as intended, and they were intentionally taking up extra time. I think that's the thing that was getting to me. Like, there was still stuff to have fun with in Act 2, but because it was difficult to keep track of the quests, and the fact that, like, quests were not completing correctly, I would complete a quest and it would just still stay in my quest list, so it was even further like dirtying up the quest list. It was just tough to keep track of what exactly was going on. Yeah. So, strong start, weak finish. But, you get a 60-hour playthrough for $40 or whatever. Not bad. And again, that's not even doing Act 3. That's not even doing Act 3. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna call it early here. At this point, I'm probably gonna go do a wrap-up video here at the end. So tomorrow is my day off, and then I gotta figure out what we're doing Thursday. I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm leaning towards doing kind of a shorter playthrough game. Honestly, it's probably going to be 2016 Doom, just because that one's it's for some reason been on my mind that, like, I just want to play it. And it's about a 12-hour game, so we can get through it. Even with the weekend coming up, probably honestly finish it by the weekend. Just a game that I never played and wanted kind of experience. And like I said, I kind of want to play the Doom franchise. Like I said, there's a lot of franchises that I want to play and get to, so I'm going to be kind of jumping around a little bit. And yeah, just leading up until Stellar Blade, which would be sweet. I'm excited to try that one out. That one would be sweet. I didn't even try like the demo or early access or anything. I've literally never played a second of Stellar Blade, but I've seen a lot of it. But that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. Jake, have a good evening, brother. And yeah, see you on Thursday. Peace.